Got that? No, well, I don't. We're doing quarterbacks. If you want, right, John? Browns quarterbacks.
Browns quarterbacks. Yeah.
There we go. All right, start.
Automatic 1 million hits.
Here's 2 more words. Browns and quarterbacks. Let's face it. We are obsessed with quarterbacks, and I was thinking about this. From the moment the franchise came back in 1999 and they drafted Tim Couch, it's been looking for a quarterback has been the theme here. And I think part of the reason we didn't realize how much of a obsession and how much of a task this would be was because in the late 80s and into the early 90s, Bernie-Kosar was the quarterback. So you had a really big-time quarterback for several years. You know, it was 1993 when Belichick cut Bernie-Kosar, and actually Vinny Testaverde came in and played fairly well after that. So when the franchise came back in '99, the Browns fans were not that far away from actually having decent quarterback play with Vinny or good to very good with Bernie. So Tim Couch comes in and he fails, and now here we are, 20 years later, talking quarterbacks. You know, the quarterback now, thank God John Dorsey did this, is Tyrod Taylor, so he could start from day one, maybe win a few games, settle everything down, you know, give the Browns fans a reason to turn the game on Sunday. Then you go back to debating who they should draft. Now, in another video, I talked about Josh Allen versus Sam Darnold, and how I'm kind of, if I have to pick between the two, I've been Darnold way out in front. Now I'm not so sure. I'm moving towards Allen's direction. But as a friend of mine, Chuck, just walked by, as I was doing this, said, what about Baker Mayfield? And some Browns fans are where I like Josh Rosen from UCLA. It's funny, it's like Scott said, you know, he's the best pure passer in the draft, but I like to stop them right there and say, okay, that's like saying this guy can really hit, but, well, how many guys can really hit? Or this guy in basketball can really shoot, but, well, I mean, we're talking about really shoot. How many guys can really shoot? That's a skill, that's something that carries over. You know, Josh Rosen, he's the best pure passer in the draft, but, well, I like the best pure passer in the draft. Not only that, he's a guy that worked out of a pro offense, much like Josh Allen, and so that interests me. But, all right, what about Baker Mayfield? Sigh, deep breath, 5'11", Oklahoma. His stats, by the way, the analytics guys love him because of his accuracy, and he doesn't turn the ball over and that. His personality, let's face it, could be grating. You know, Ohio State fans saw it, some others saw it. He played in the same, what I call it, junk system. That's that spread offense. Ohio State fans see it, others see it. I'll tell you right now, I cannot get my mind around Baker Mayfield with the Browns. And I could be wrong. Maybe Baker Mayfield is the exception. Maybe he's the next Russell Wilson. By the way, Russell Wilson, he and Baker Mayfield are short, but let's get this on the record. Russell Wilson's a big-time athlete. I think he ran like a 4.5 in the 40. He played professional baseball. That's the kind of athlete Russell Wilson is. Yeah, they're both 5'11", and also Russell Wilson, extremely bright, obsessed in preparation. I heard Mayfield's pretty good in that area, but I don't know if he's in Wilson's category. So I just can't go there with Baker Mayfield. So here we are. Hey, I'm glad they got Tyrod Taylor. And by the way, having Tyrod Taylor, a quarterback with a 22-20 record in the NFL, allows the Browns, if they want to take a guy like Josh Allen, who is physically talented but raw, or I would argue, by the way, Sam Darnold, same thing, to sit this guy and not rush him in there. So that's where we're at. Interested in Rosen, sort of interested in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold, not interested in Baker Mayfield.